Hey, I've never done anything like this in my life. Putting dirty laundry on Facebook. In fact, I always hated it. I don't understand why I never understood why people did it. But I don't have really anyone to talk to about this. I was very happily married for 5 years. A little over 5 years. I was so happy. We had a little girl together. Her name's Lily. She's my whole world. This is her. You know, I don't even know where to begin with all this. I know people go through it every day and it hurts and kids get turned into tug of war, and I don't understand it. I don't understand it, guys. Why do people do this? My wife decided she wanted to be with someone else, and that's okay. I should have seen it coming, but I didn't, and it just happened. And people are trying to throw trash at each other. My family, her family. None of that matters to me. People's dirty laundry, their secrets, their skeletons in their closet, everyone's got them. Maybe me more than some, but you know, I gave her everything. I gave her my heart all day, every day. I never thought I'd get married, but I decided if I ever did that it would mean something to me. You know, marriage doesn't mean anything to people anymore. And I don't want to sit here and talk bad about my wife. She's a good person. She has a good heart, and that's why I married her. But I guess I'm about to start this process where people just start flinging poo at each other and go to court and get someone to decide what should happen with your child. And I'm scared because Lily, our daughter, is everything to me. She's 6 now. In that picture, she was 2. She's 6 now, and she's smart, and she's such an angel. And I learn more from her every day than I could ever teach her. But what I'm getting at is I'm scared I'm going to lose her. You see, her mom wants to take her out of state. She wants to be with her ex-husband, and that's okay. Of course I hate him, but I don't think he's a bad dude. I think he sucks, but you know, this is about Lily, my daughter, our daughter. I don't want to lose my daughter. And I have a history. I have a past that involves legal matters that I pay for every day. For the last 13 years, I've been paying for it. And it's hard in this world to be anyone when you make mistakes when you're young. But I've been paying my dues, and I will be for a long time. But guys, I'm on here. I'm doing this now because I want the world to know this is wrong. Kids should not be tug of war. In court, the only thing that matters in the eyes of the judge is, do you both have jobs? Who's paying more for their attorney? And who has more skeletons in their closet? And I don't know. I may win or lose that battle. Who knows? But the point is, the only one that gets hurt is Lily. She's 6. She's not a baby. She's 6, and she's smart. And she really is an angel, guys. An angel. Every day, she doesn't complain about a thing. She's never upset. And that's all going to change. I love her with all my heart. And she will know someday that her mom and dad fought over custody of her. And she might have to travel. I don't know what will happen, but if she takes her to North Carolina, which she's trying to do, she will be hundreds of miles away from her dad, and it's not right. Kids should not have to go through that. It's not her fault. I'm sorry. It's not her fault. And she's an angel. Why does the system have to be this way? Why do people have to be this way? As adults, we should be able to set the shit aside and say, protect our kids. Don't hurt them. All the questions that will come. Why is daddy so far away? Or why did mommy do this to daddy? Or why did daddy not want to be with me? Or, kids shouldn't have to ask those questions. They shouldn't. I love my daughter. And if there's any point of me putting this out on Facebook, it's to let people know. It's to let people know that kids should not be the ammo. They shouldn't. I would do anything for her. But you see, the legal system, as we know it in family court, is set up to do what's best for the kids. What's best for the kids can't be put on paper. No matter how hard you try, it cannot be put on paper. My Lilybug, she loves her father. She loves her mother. But this all will damage her. And that's not right. Am I confident about what the judge will say? I don't know. I think any reasonable judge would say 50-50 split and be good parents and do what you're supposed to do. That's what happens after most people go to divorce court or custody court. They spend thousands and thousands. I once had an attorney say the only one that wins in family court is the attorney, and it's true. It's true. It's not about the money. It's not about my wife. It's not about anything between us. It's not about who she's going to be with. It's not about any of that, guys. It's about my daughter should not have to ask questions that have no real answer. There's no real answer. There's fake answers. There's common answers that parents tell their kids when they're trying to be civil. Kids are too smart, guys. They know better. They know. It will damage her for the rest of her life. And yes, I will be a good dad. I will always be there for her. And I know that's what's important to continue to do. But it doesn't take away the damage. It doesn't. Two parents should be able to look each other in the eye and say, okay, we didn't work out, but we have a beautiful child together, or beautiful children together. And they should not ever think it's okay to do nasty things to the other person only to try and gain some type of upper hand in a legal system that's so entirely flawed that it comes down to money and one person making an educated decision based on what they see on paper in front of them. No, it should not be that way. It shouldn't be about advocates for the court sitting down for 10 minutes with your child and figuring out what they think is best. Yes, it is important if your parents are doing things that would harm the children. Yes, the court should be aware of those things, but that's not me. That's not her mother. She knows it. I know it. But that's the game you have to play in court. And when you play that game of tearing the other person down, the only thing that happens, the only result, is maybe an attorney that has a little more money in his pocket or her pocket. And more importantly, a child that sees those results and processes that knowledge however they have to, because the answers from their parents or their grandparents or any family member that they're getting are bullshit, and every child knows it. Every child. I'm not going to talk bad about my wife. I refuse. I never will in front of Lily. But I'm going to have to in court. I'm going to have to. So that I can keep Lily or have my rights to her as a parent. That's what it comes down to. Can we go in front of a judge and say the nastiest things we can about each other only to gain what we should already have in the first place, and that's the right to make decisions for our children? Two adults, guys, two adults should be able to come to terms and talk to each other civilly without a judge to protect their children. So yeah, I'm mad at her mother. I'm mad at my wife. Because she feels like we need to tear each other down. That's not what our daughter wants. That's not what any child wants. Our children want us and need us to build each other up so that they do the same thing when they're older. Why does this world not see that? The corruption that we have from children growing to adults is because of the parents they had before them. And it's a vicious cycle, and it goes on and on and on. And there's nothing we can do about it. So that's why I'm putting my dirty laundry on Facebook. That's why I'm putting this out there. Because maybe I'm one man, but I'm one man that is telling every other man out there, you don't need to be an asshole to do what's right for your child. And every other woman, you need to have backbones and know that every decision you make about your child, for your child, has consequences that only hurt them. No one else. You can't hurt me with that stuff. I can't hurt her with anything. Sure, we'll shed tears now, maybe for even a year or two to come. But the only person that ultimately still is hurting for the rest of her life is our daughter. Please, for the sake of your children, if there is any option to sit down with each other and have a conversation, I don't care if you're dating anyone else or seeing someone else or who cheated on who, fix it. Fix that shit. Sit down as adults and talk to each other and say, hey, our child is worth fixing this with each other. Not the marriage. I'm not sure what marriage is anymore. Don't fix the marriage. I mean, sure, fix it if you can, but fix your child. Make it so you don't have to fix your child. Sit down. Have a conversation without court. Don't tear each other down. Be human beings. Build each other up so that your child grows up seeing that you're strong enough to do what's actually right for them. Because what's actually right for them is being nice to each other. The only damage that is so severe is because you can't be nice to each other. Why? Listen to those words. You can't be nice to each other? Your child has to pay in such a way that they think that's how the world is? Because you, two adults that made a union and a promise to each other years ago, can't sit down and have a normal conversation? Fuck your family, fuck their family, fuck everyone else involved. You two sit down and make it a conversation between only you two for the sake of your children. That's the right thing to do. Sign papers if you have to, but do it together. Do it together because there was a reason. One day there was a reason that you two loved each other. Those reasons didn't change. People don't truly change like that. I know she's a good person at heart. She knows I'm a good person at heart. I know she would never hurt Lily, and I know I would never hurt Lily. She knows I would never hurt Lily. But we go to court. She's tug of war, and that's hurting Lily. So how can we say we don't hurt our children when that's in fact what we're doing every time we step foot in a courtroom to play tug of war with them? Thank you all for listening. And for those of you that have gone through this and made it through it with light at the end of the tunnel and not somehow damaged your kids to a point where they are so confused they don't know what's right and wrong, kudos to you, because at this point anyway, I don't see how there's light at the end of the tunnel for my daughter to know right from wrong. I love you, Lily. Daddy always loves you.